It's an email. A raw, frantic email time-stamped at 3:42 a.m.
This morning.
this morning, sent from a hospital break room by a listener we're calling Samantha. And I have to say, I have read thriller novels that gave me less anxiety than the subject line of this email.
It grabs you by the throat immediately. It feels less like a document we're analyzing and more like we've just been handed a live grenade.
A live grenade, that's it. The subject line reads, "Urgent. I checked the baby monitor from my night shift and heard my husband mocking me while spending my paycheck on her."
That is, wow. It's just chilling. It's an entire nightmare in one sentence.
It sounds like a horror movie premise, doesn't it? But this is real. It's happening to a real person, like right now. So our mission today is very specific.
Right.
We're not just here for the drama, and believe me, the drama is overwhelming. We are here to do a crisis management analysis.
Exactly. Samantha, if you are listening to this, maybe in your car or at that hospital, we're dissecting the anatomy of this betrayal. We're going to look at the psychological warfare here.
But most importantly, we are going to debate the two very different strategic options you have sitting in front of you right now.
Because she's on the clock.
She is. She has a decision to make before she walks through her front door. So let's set the stage a little before we get into what we're calling voice of God versus the silent trap.
Context is everything in a crisis. Who are we dealing with?
Okay, so first, Samantha. She's 29, a nurse. And the key detail here, economically, is she's the breadwinner. She's picking up extra 12-hour night shifts because they just bought a new house. Money's tight.
And I want to pause on that dynamic for a second because it's so crucial. She isn't just working. She is physically depleting herself. She's sacrificing sleep, her health, time with her newborn, all to secure the family's assets.
Right.
That puts her in a position of high vulnerability. Even though she's the one earning the money, she's just exhausting all her resources.
She's running on fumes. Then there's Jason, the husband. He's 32, works in sales. But his story lately is that, commissions are low, the market's down.
The narrative.
So he's the one who actively encouraged her to take these night shifts. He's positioned himself as super dad.
The super dad facade.
Exactly. He's telling her, go save lives, honey. I've got the baby. I'm so proud of you. You go bring home the bacon. I'll hold down the fort.
Which, when you look at it now, forensically, it's the setup. In fraud cases, we talk about grooming the victim. He isn't just being supportive. He is grooming her into absence.
Grooming her into absence? Wow.
He's reframing his own lack of contribution as this, heroic domestic act. But it's really just to get her out of the house. It's weaponized incompetence.
That's such a disturbing way to put it, but it makes perfect sense. And okay, the final player. Jessica. The best friend. Also 29.
Oh, the best friend.
Samantha says she practically lives at their house, folds baby clothes, eats dinner with them, refers to herself as a sister.
A sister.
Samantha even gave her a spare key for emergencies.
That's the Trojan horse. You see that a lot. They embed the affair partner into the domestic routine to normalize their presence.
So it's not suspicious.
Never suspicious. Why would it be? She's always there. It's hiding the betrayal in plain sight.
Okay, so cut to last night. It's 11:30 p.m. Samantha's at the hospital, stale coffee, shaking from caffeine and just exhaustion. And she says she gets that mom instinct, but not about Leo, their 4-month-old. It was just dread, a pit in her stomach. So she opens the Nanit app on her phone.
And we should probably clarify for listeners who might not know, the Nanit is not your old school grainy walkie-talkie monitor.
Oh, no. It's high-tech.
It's a smart system. We're talking high-def video, night vision, multi-camera setups, Wi-Fi. It's basically a home surveillance system disguised as a baby monitor.
So she checks the nursery camera first. Leo is fine, swaddled, sleeping. But then, and this is a moment her whole world just drops out, she remembers they have a second camera.
The living room camera.
Well, a wide-angle 4K one. They usually use it for the dogs.
And she switches the feed.
She switches the feed. The app buffers for a second, which must have felt like an eternity. And then the image loads. The scene she describes is, it's just devastatingly domestic. The lights are dimmed to what she calls movie night settings. Jason is on their gray sectional couch. He's under the fuzzy blanket she bought for their anniversary. But he's in alone.
Here it comes.
Jessica is tucked under that blanket with him, her head's on his chest, legs draped over him. It's intimate. It's comfortable.
Let's just pause on that image. We call this a sanctuary violation. It's one thing to find out your partner is cheating at, hotel.
Right.
It's another thing entirely to see them in your safe space using your comfort objects. the anniversary blanket. It shatters the reality of the home. It turns the sanctuary into a crime scene.
She says she just froze. Her brain tried to reject it. She thought, maybe she's crying. Maybe he's comforting her, still trying to protect him.
Of course.
So she turns up the volume on her phone, and this is where that Nanit tech comes in. The audio is crystal clear. They are not crying. They are laughing.
And this is where the betrayal moves from physical to psychological.
They're talking about Samantha. Jessica asks, do you think she suspects anything? And Jason, the guy who kissed her goodbye hours ago, he says, Samantha, no way, she's a zombie. She works, she comes home, she nurses the kid, and she passes out. And then he adds, honestly, she's kind of let herself go since the birth, hasn't she?
That is just calculated cruelty. I mean, it's sick. Think about it. He created the exhaustion. He pushed her to take the night shifts. He manufactured the zombie state so he could have the affair.
And now he's mocking her for it.
He's using the exhaustion he created to ridicule her to his mistress. He devalues her to justify his own garbage behavior.
It makes your blood boil. She's literally saving lives at work and paying for their house, and he's mocking her fatigue. But here is where it pivots. It goes from an emotional crisis to a legal one.
This is the key. If you are listening, this is where a moral failing becomes potential financial fraud.
The conversation shifts to money. Jessica brings up a car repair. Says her mechanic called, it's going to be $800.
Okay.
Jason laughs. He actually laughs and says, already taken care of, babe. I transferred it this morning. Jessica gets nervous, asks if Samantha will see it in the joint account. And this is the smoking gun.
The nail in the coffin.
Jason says, I labeled the transaction as bulk diapers and formula from Costco. She never questions baby expenses. She's too tired to check the bank statement.
That sentence. That one sentence is absolute gold in a divorce proceeding.
Why is that lie so damning? Is it just that it's about the baby?
It's about dissipation of marital assets with intent to conceal. It's one thing to spend money on an affair. It is another thing entirely to actively falsify financial records to hide it.
By labeling it diapers?
He's weaponizing her role as a mother against her. He knows she won't scrutinize diapers and formula. He's hacking her maternal instinct to fund his cheating. It proves he is actively defrauding the marital estate. It destroys his credibility. He can't say it was a mistake. He labeled it Costco. That's premeditation.
And the setting just twists the knife. Samantha says after this, Jessica kisses him on the couch where she nurses their son, eating snacks paid for by her night shift.
It's parasitic. That's the only word. The level of entitlement is just staggering. They're consuming her resources, her food, her money, her home, while she's out earning those resources.
So now we get to the dilemma, the crux of this whole thing. Samantha's in the break room. She has recorded the video, thank God. She has the evidence. But the Nanit camera has a feature.
The two-way talk.
The big blue microphone button on her screen.
The voice of God button.
Exactly. If she presses it, her voice will boom through the living room speakers, and she is giving us two options. Option A is the voice of God.
The nuclear option.
Press the button right now, scream, I hope you're enjoying the $800 diapers. Get out before I call the police.
I mean, every fiber of my being wants her to do that.
Me too. My heart rate is up just thinking about it. She wants to see the color drain from their faces, ruin the moment. It feels like justice.
It feels like emotional justice. It offers that immediate release. It reclaims the power in the moment. But we have to ask the hard question. At what cost?
Well, if she doesn't, she has to sit there for 3 or 4 more hours knowing they're on her couch. That's torture. Why not just blow it up?
Because information is currency. In warfare, and make no mistake, this is now, warfare information is your most valuable asset. Right now, she knows everything, and they think she knows nothing.
The information asymmetry.
If she presses that button, she spends all that currency on one moment of satisfaction.
So what's the fallout of option A? She screams, they panic, then what?
Jason has 3 hours before she gets home. 3 hours to clean the crime scene, but more importantly, to circle the wagons. He can drain the joint account.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that.
Change passwords, delete emails. He can call her parents and spin a narrative before she even gets in the car. He could say she's having a postpartum breakdown, that she's hallucinating.
You could gaslight the entire family before she parks the car.
Precisely. Which brings us to option B, the silent trap. This is what her sister, who sounds very smart, told her to do.
Option B is stay quiet, finish her shift, drive home at 7 a.m., walk in and pretend to be just tired. Say nothing.
This is the long game. This is strategic warfare.
She goes to the bank the second it opens, withdraws half the savings, calls a divorce lawyer, and hands over the video. The goal, as her sister put it, is let them feel safe for one more day, then blindside them.
But the psychological toll is immense.
That's what Samantha says. Can she walk in that house, see him, and not, in her words, stab him with a fork?
It requires a level of dissociation that is incredibly hard. She has to become a gray rock, unresponsive, uninteresting. She has to suppress her primal rage to secure her future. She has to act.
So if she pulls it off, if she walks in, smells the snacks, sees the messed up blanket, and just says, hey, tough shift, I'm going to bed, what does she gain?
She gains everything. First, asset protection. By waiting till the bank opens, she secures money. If she screams at 3 a.m., he locks her out by 4 a.m.
And the evidence.
That's the second gain. She hands that video to a lawyer before Jason knows he's caught. It proves he's a financial risk.
Yeah.
Courts do not look kindly on people who disguise misspending as baby formula.
So if she waits, the focus stays on his crime.
Exactly. If she blows up now, the focus becomes her reaction. Oh, she screamed at me, she's unstable. The focus stays on him.
Let them feel safe for one more day to ensure a victory for a lifetime. It sounds great, but I'm putting myself in her shoes. Shaking in that break room. How does she manage?
She has to reframe her identity. For the next 6 hours, she is not a wife, she's a case manager, she is a spy. Her job is to stabilize the patient, which is her future. She needs to back up that video, now.
To the cloud, email it to herself.
3 different places. Make that evidence indestructible.
And what about Jessica, the sister? If she screams now, Jessica gets to play the victim too.
Right. Oh, she's crazy, let's get out of here.
If Samantha executes the silent trap, she catches them both flat-footed. They can't coordinate their lives if they don't know they've been caught.
There's a certain poetic justice to it, too. He's been gaslighting her. If she stays silent, she flips the script.
She uses his own insults against him. He thinks she's a zombie. Good. Let him think that. Use it as camouflage.
Oh, sorry, Jason. Too tired to talk. Meanwhile, she's mentally drafting the divorce petition. It turns his arrogance into his Achilles heel. He won't suspect a thing because he doesn't respect her enough to think she could outsmart him.
It's the ultimate Sun Tzu move. Appear weak when you are strong.
Exactly. Option A is for the ego. Option B is for the outcome. And with a 4-month-old baby, you have to play for the outcome.
You have to be the adult.
Even if the other two are acting like teenagers having a sleepover on your dime.
The Costco label it sticks with me. It's so specific. It shows a level of premeditation that's just dangerous.
It is. This isn't a drunken mistake. It's a system. A man who can do that is not a man you work it out with. That is a man you need to surgically remove from your life.
And Jessica calling herself a sister, that almost feels worse.
It cuts deeper because that's the person you're supposed to go to when your husband betrays you. They isolated her completely.
So they could use her.
They view her as a resource to be mined.
Yeah.
And that is why the silent trap is the only way. You don't negotiate with parasites, you exterminate them. You cut off the supply.
Wow. Okay. So, Samantha, if you are still in that break room, staring at that blue button, take a breath.
It's okay that your hands are shaking.
But do not press that button.
Do not give them the satisfaction of your rage right now. Save your rage for the lawyer's office. Use it as fuel. Every time you want to scream, remind yourself, I am securing Leo's future. The silence isn't weakness. It's discipline.
And think about that Costco lie. Think about how smug he sounded. Let that be what steals your spine when you walk through that door. He thinks you're weak. He thinks you're a zombie.
Show him how strong you are.
By doing the one thing he doesn't think you're capable of, holding your tongue.
And remember, once you pressed record, you took the power back. You are no longer the victim. You are the director of this scene. You know how the movie ends. They don't.
That's a chilling but empowering thought. You know the ending. They're still on the couch, laughing, but the clock is ticking.
And 7 a.m. is coming.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave everyone with a final thought on this. We talk about trust being the foundation of a relationship, but here, trust was weaponized. Jason used her trust to blind her. It makes you wonder how much of our security is based on just assuming our partners are playing by the same rules. If that camera wasn't there, she would still be in the dark, funding her own betrayal.
It raises that uncomfortable question, you know?
Yeah.
If you had the ability to see what happens in your home when you aren't there, would you truly want to look? Or is blissful ignorance the only reason some modern relationships survive?
That is a terrifying question to end on. Samantha, we're rooting for you. Drive safe, get to the bank, keep that video safe.
Good luck, Samantha. Stay silent, win the war.
Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll see you next time.